Hello, beautiful students. Mobility with Miss Megan. I'm going to talk a little bit about a sensory walk that you can do at home today. And this can be done with low vision, blindness, if you're walking with a cane, without a cane. If your student is in a wheelchair, you can do a sensory walk. So I'm going to use my yard as an example and just how many concepts I can pick out just in my yard from sounds and textures and shapes and colors and all of those kinds of things. And it's just a really cool thing to do with your family, because as you're walking through space, if I was doing this at a school, for example, I would be describing, oh, that smell is the cafeteria, or that is the library. That's where kids are coming in and out and you hear those noises. That's the library. And you're kind of describing like, oh, there's a friend is using the water fountain. So as you're hearing sounds that maybe your student can't see, you're giving them information about the environment, and that's a sensory walk. The sensory walk we're going to go on today in my yard, we're going to touch things, explore, talk about sizes, and so yeah, let's just see what we can find in Miss Megan's yard today. Okay, so Exhibit A is Miss Megan's driveway area, and I have gravel in my driveway, but I also have like a rock wall, if you will, and then I have like garden rock, like decorative rock around my house. So there's three kinds. And just as an example, I mean, this rock sounds very different than the bigger rock. And it sounds even more different than this decorative rock. And so not only just exploring those with a cane, but with your hands. You can talk about big versus little, rough versus a softer, smoother rock. So again, sizes, textures, large, medium, small, all of those things. You know, if you can't see it, what is a rock wall? And feel free to walk alongside it, explore with your hands, and that's a great concept development skill. So something else you could do is explore some plants, some leaves, talk about, you know, the leaves of this flower are a lot softer than this grass, and just feel how long and smooth, but it's kind of stiff and hard. So again, a lot of concept development happening in just those terms. Okay, so I'm trying really hard to grow some ground cover here, and this plant is a little bit pokey, and it feels a lot different. But pick off a piece and bring it to your student, let them explore it with their hands. It's not gonna hurt them. This one, however, is much softer. The leaves feel very fuzzy. So right there, I'm talking about rough, hard, pokey, and then soft. And those kind of concepts are great for our students to explore. Okay, I'm in the side yard over here now, and you know, there's another kind of rock here. It's smooth on the top and it's rough on the edge. And so even just top, bottom, side, what do those words mean? There's another kind of bush here. You could take things off of trees or plants or different kinds of rocks and put them in another container. This is just a Frisbee that's upside down, and bring it up to your student who's maybe in a wheelchair or can't bend down, and they can explore those textures here. So you could have the different kinds of rocks with the plants and bring the world to them so that they can help themselves build those concepts. Because again, if you can't see them, you might not really understand what those things mean. So this one's super fun because, let's see if I can bring it down. I have in the back of Miss Megan's yard an apricot tree. And so I could hit, what is a tree branch? What is the stem of a leaf? What is the apricot? Is it ready? How do you tell? Pick one off and let your student feel, oh my goodness, it's round and hard. And it's obviously not ready because it's so hard. It's like a rock, but it's not a rock, it's an apricot. And so just that right there, you're hitting so many concepts, and you're also introducing where does food come from. So this is all from my yard. Sensory walk is also the sounds, and so I can hear a sprinkler to my right. Do you hear that sprinkler? And talking about those sounds, in the distance I hear a beeping noise, and I think it's a truck. Somebody's working hard today, and I wonder what they're loading into their truck. And you know, if you drive a car instead of a truck, you could talk about what that means. And so all of that descriptive language is helping your student to build those concepts, even if they're nonverbal. If they can't really provide feedback, they are hearing you and they're getting a sample of, you know, what that means. And so the things that we see, we sometimes take for granted, and it's just an awesome thing to do these sensory walks and not only touch things and explore, but to listen and what do you really hear. And so I hope this is helpful. I hope you guys enjoy doing some sensory walks. Again, this is for all ages, all abilities, and I'll try to give you some more examples about, you know, if you live in town, what would a sensory walk look like? And we can go from there. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and have a beautiful day, guys. Thanks. Bye.